What's going on, guys? My name's Rob Riley. Calvin McChesney is behind the edits, and welcome to another Free Coffee Podcast interview. Today, I'm joined by my boy Jafar Kinsey, founder of Beach and Go. Jafar, thank you so much, dude, for hopping on a call this late on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm excited to do it. I've been watching some of your other episodes, so I'm definitely excited to be a part of it.
Dude, I appreciate it a lot. I think this is going to be fun. Now, I know, I've worked with you for a little bit. Obviously we worked together on some projects, but I've heard your story a little bit, and I love what I've heard, man. It's super interesting. It's fascinated me. I think you're a super interesting guy. So I'm really excited to kind of come on here and formally kind of document you and your story and your come up and the start of everything that you're doing. And then, for the listener, me and Jafar talk stocks a lot. So we might be hitting up the stock talk at the end of this, because this whole week has been a crazy week in the stock market. But for anyone who doesn't know you, why don't you give us a little bit of a who you are, and what Beach and Go is?
So my name is Jafar Kinsey. Like Rob said, I'm from Syracuse, New York. I'm born and raised here. I went to Janesville DeWitt High School, not too far from me. I played basketball in high school. Then I ended up going to University of North Dakota, where I could continue my college career. Um, but besides that, I'm just a pretty normal guy, like just average guy. I definitely had my fun in college. I was able to win some conference championship with playing basketball. I got my degree in communications and marketing, and I started Beach and Go as my first business. It definitely wasn't my first plan. When I first started, when I first took the route to entrepreneurship, my first idea was to start with a lingerie company, and then I started thinking, I'm like, that'd be kind of tough, competing with, you have the Victoria's Secret, your Pink, things like that. So pretty fast, that just didn't work out. And then after that, I started thinking like maybe I should, start a baby company, and then baby like selling baby products and things like that. But even that's very difficult to do, just being lawsuits and things like that. Also competing with places like Johnson and Johnson and like bigger companies. So then just to go on more about Beach and Go, I remember I was at the beach one day. I think I was in New York City. I was at the beach with a couple of buddies. It was about five of us, and when we got to the beach, we came just super unprepared. Like, I think we had two towels, maybe a bottle of water, and like that's pretty much it. We had like nothing. And then I was thinking, I'm like, like how many times do we go to the beach, a year, and we forget, some of the most important stuff. So I thought to myself, like, I should think of something like where I can put some type of service on the beach. So if you do forget something like your, sunscreen, tanning oil, towels, beach game, things like that, you'll be able to find a place where you can just purchase it on the beach like real fast, and then you don't have to go all the way back to your hotel or your house or things like that. That's how I came with Beach and Go. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna kind of roll with it, and I'm trying to get like beach vending machines on the beach, and then ever since August 2019, I kind of just started, just rolling with it.
Dude, I love it. I think, for the listener right now, you are owning and operating Beach and Go as a clothing company, correct? And
Right.
that's the extent. And we'll talk about kind of, I know you've had a little bit of rockiness with it, starting up and
Sure.
sort of trying to develop and whatnot. So we'll get into that. But yeah, I think this is a really interesting episode for anyone who, there's a couple of things I think of when I think of your story. It's the story of when you're starting out with your first venture and you don't know where to go, and you're kind of just battling with a lot of ideas, right?
Right.
Because you had a lot of early ideas, you had a lot of thoughts on different ways you could go. But this story, your story, is also a story about pivoting and just making it work for a little bit. And
For
we'll
sure.
we'll get into that. So you said born and raised in Syracuse, and you were playing a lot of basketball, and then you ended up going to college for that. Did you have any, as a young kid, did you have any pro aspirations? Was basketball like your dream, or was it more just like a side thing?
Yeah, so all my brothers, all my brothers played in college and things like that. My dad, he refereed in the NBA for 20 years. My uncle, he refereed in the NBA for 30 years. So like basketball is just kind of something that was in my blood. Like I've always wanted to play Division I basketball. I always wanted to try to make it to the NBA, things like that. Like that's just a childhood dream.
Mhm.
But once I got to college, you start to figure out you have to really love basketball. You have to really be dedicated to the sport in order to move on and play at the next level. So like once I got to my junior year, probably that's when I kind of realized the NBA dream is probably not as close as I think it is. So that's when I started to think outside the box and things like that.
And why'd you pick communications as your major in college?
I just felt like communication is something where it's needed everywhere, especially like
Yeah.
in the business world. Um, it's something that we need obviously in different parts of the world and different parts of business. So I think that was just somewhere where I thought I could flourish pretty well.
Yeah, I find it interesting. I like that. It's pretty cool. Did you have a backup plan? I know you said you kind of had NBA aspirations, but as you started to figure out it might not be in the cards for you, was there an initial, backup plan? Did you have any initial thoughts on like, oh, I'll go get a job, or like, oh,
Uh,
I'll do this or that?
yeah. So I don't know. I always told myself, if basketball didn't work out, I would get into refereeing, which I am doing now. But after college, and after I started playing basketball, I came back home and I got into teaching because my mom, she was a third grade teacher in the Circuit City School District. So it was kind of like an easy, transition for me, just to get started, get my feet wet, and then from there, I just kind of, COVID hit and things kind of, changed.
So when did you graduate? So just to put everything in a timeline.
So I graduated high school in 2014. I ended up graduating college in 2018. And I did a year of grad school in 2019. So I've been out of college for almost 2 years now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, super cool. Did you end up going to grad school, and did you think like that was your route? Like, was that what you were trying to do? And then did you end up getting a degree, or did you decide that wasn't for you?
So I did a year of grad school, and I did that year because I was still on scholarship. I was on full scholarship. So my
Oh,
coaches,
okay.
they were paying for that year. And I remember I got like a 3.5 that entire year, and then uh, I didn't finish because obviously like I was gonna pay like the last year to finish. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call it quits after 1 year. If I do want to go back, I mean, if I do, it'll just take 1 year, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. So when did the entrepreneurial aspirations start coming in? When did you start feeling like, man, because you were telling at the beginning of this podcast, you were saying you had a lot of different ideas, you had a lot of different thoughts, but at no point did I hear like, oh man, I want to be like, you never were, from the sounds of things, you were never like, I want to be the best at a job. Everything you
Right,
said was like, I want to be my own boss.
right.
Why was that? Where did those aspirations come from? And where did that sort of originate from?
I don't know. I felt like ever since I was younger, I've always took pride in like betting on myself. So even when it came to
Mm.
basketball, I've always been that one person to put extra work in, run the extra mile, things like that, in order to get to where I want to be and have the type of things I want to have. So I felt like working. There's absolutely nothing wrong, working a 9 to 5 or anything like that. But I feel like when you put your goals and you put your dreams in someone else's hands, it's harder for them to come true. So that's why I kind of went the entrepreneur route and said, if I want something, I'm gonna try to make it happen. And then yeah, so I just started doing a little trial and error and testing some things out, and then I came up with Beach and Go.
And do you think sports kind of gave you that, or did your parents give you that edge to think like that and think kind of like, man, I'm in control of my own results? Like, where did that idea? Where did those? Where did you manifest that from?
I definitely think it comes from playing sports, just because you know sports is just like anything else you do in life. you put the work in, you get the results out, and then that kind of drove me to do the same thing for being an entrepreneur. I felt like the amount of work I put in will be the success I get out. So that's why I kind of came up with it.
I like it, dude. So you are coming up with ideas left and right. You're trying out things, and eventually you go to the beach, like you said, and you realize there's an opportunity in the fact that people forget things that they need when they get to the beach. And if you've ever been to the beach, I mean, that's everyone's had that happen to them. That's such a relatable story. How did you go from recognizing there was a need to starting to develop, an idea in a actual business? What was that process like? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So when I thought of the idea, like I said, it was like August 2019. I remember I came right back home from the city, and I'm like, I gotta make something happen. So I ended up getting on the phone with one of my friends who she's an architect design. So I called her and asked her, can you draw me up some type of like vending machine ideas? And after about 2 or 3 weeks, she texted me and she sent an envelope in the mail. She sent me back about 3 different ideas or 4 different ideas of vending machine designs. And then from there, I kind of started doing research, and I found a vending machine um, company out in LA, and it worked fine because my best friend worked in LA. So I said, if I bring this to him, and he kind of gets on board, he could be a partner and be able to manage it and things like that. So from there, I got on the phone with people from LA, and then we started cracking out some numbers and things like that, and then it kind of kept rolling after that.
How did you find a manufacturer? Was it just searching online? What did you do to actually sort of find your connections and start that process? Because I think that, and just to put some context on that question, I think a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, right? Like
Right.
a lot of people have great ideas, but taking that first step and starting to execute
Mm,
is extremely hard. So
right.
how did you actually start? Was it just as simple as like hopping on Google and finding stuff?
Um, like I said, like it's even with the other ones, other ideas I had, like it was like you said, it's very easy to have the idea in your head, but it's so hard to actually go out and execute it. And like I told myself, you'll never really know what might happen if you don't try. So then, once I got that attitude behind like in my head, I started, going online. I started, typing in vending machine companies, manufacturing companies, things like that. And then I found one that was, it was a perfect fit because, they're super high tech, they're new, and it was in LA. So that's kind of why I got the, Beach and Go Los Angeles idea from. And then I just kept it rolling after that.
And when was it sort of, what year was it that you started to really think that you might start a vending machine company and build this business? When was this, just for the timeline of things?
So like I said, it came about in August 2019. And then I'll say about um, January 2020, so almost like last year, that's when things really started to pick up and things like that.
So everyone knows, obviously, very quickly after that, we get hit with a global pandemic.
Yeah.
So you're there starting your business, trying to develop your ideas, trying to manufacture a vending machine, trying to make connections on the other side of this country.
Yeah.
What was that like when things started rolling in? Did it seem like a big deal to you at first? Did it slow things down? What was that like?
So initially, I thought, everyone's saying, the virus is gonna come and pass, and then from there, life would be normal as is. So at first I wasn't too panicked because the machine it takes 6 to 8 weeks to be built and things like that, and plus the wrapping of it and things like that. So my whole timeline was from about January, and I'll be able to launch it by May. And in between that time, at first I wasn't too worried because I thought by May it should be passed, and I'll be able to get the machine up, and COVID wouldn't be a thing. But obviously we're still you know living
Yeah.
yeah, we're still living life in COVID. So
Was January to May the manufacturing time, or was it a combo of development and manufacturing? What was it?
Yeah, so up until January was when at that point I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I know exactly how I want to have it look. And so January to May was definitely just kind of like a waiting period, just the vending machine being built. So I was just patiently waiting, and then in that meantime, I thought to keep a buzz around the vending machine. I started to develop some clothing and things like that.
So did you end up actually developing a vending machine, or did it never get to that point and you're just waiting for the end of COVID? Or, don't go too far ahead. Don't tell us
Right.
all the deets on the future, but kind of what was it? Were you actually manufacturing the machine through through the pandemic?
Yeah. So the machine is actually 100% done. It's
Nice. All right, cool.
the problem is it's been in the manufacturer warehouse for the past 5 months, 6 months, because COVID just been slowing me down really.
So are you not able to get it out of there? Is there not enough demand where you want to put it? What's holding up the machine at this point?
So here's the problem. So to put an actual vending machine on it, like on the beach, you have to have some type of like permit or licensing.
Hmm.
So my idea was I'm gonna put the vending machine in a restaurant on the beach. So you go to the beach and let's say you have lunch and you plan to go to the beach afterwards. There's all your stuff is right there, you know, at your palm of your hand instead of going all the way back to to your house or something like that. So I ended up having a deal with the waterfront restaurant. It's in Venice Beach, California. Had the deal, everything was locked in, and then COVID just took a crazy hit in LA. Like it was closing businesses left and right, and at some point, the restaurant ended up closing. So that kind
Hmm.
of pushed me back even further, and then I had to do some more research and try to find other places where to put it and things like that. So
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense, man. Man. It's really crazy to think about how this pandemic, obviously the hospitality industry's been absolutely smacked, but
for sure,
the ripple effects of that, just to think like I, you think about it and it's so broad, you never think it's actually halting new business, like not COVID, but the
right,
hospitality industry being so hurt by COVID is
100%.
halting your new business development and growth. Like that is pretty crazy to think about. I
Yep.
don't know. And I don't know, I just stating something you already know here, but um, so take us back then to when COVID hit and you were like, all right, I got to figure out some way to pivot. I got to figure out some way to keep the brand alive.
Right.
What made you think I want to sell merch and clothes and I want to start a clothing brand?
So I knew I mean how a vending machine works. Like if you don't have a bunch of vending machines up, one vending machine is not going to bring you all that much money, and depending on the traffic of it. But I want to make I want to make more money. I want to bring more attention to the brand. I want to bring keep a buzz around it. So I said, I'm just gonna start selling swimsuits, like women's swimsuits. And I was like, I'll put my logo on it. I'm gonna manufacture it, things like that. And then that's how I found you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we started working together. But yeah, I just started making swimsuits just to, I said, keep a buzz around it. And then this past summer, it got a lot of good feedback and things like that. So I kind of just kept that rolling as well.
Yeah, now you've gone from swimsuits to menswear, shorts, hoodies. I mean, outerwear, underwear,
Right.
you're hitting everything now. Has your brand or business plan changed at all because of the success you're seeing with the clothing? Do you think that that's now something that you might do moving forward, or is it still just like a holding you over until the time comes to launch the vending machines?
Yeah. So I think my plan is to continue to do the clothing line because it definitely got so much great feedback. A lot of people are definitely liking it, enjoying the things I put out. But I definitely think I'll be able to continue to do both of them once I get the vending machine going. But like I said, I never thought I'd be making clothes. I thought, I'd be strictly vending machine business, and then that's pretty much it. But I'm definitely happy to do the clothing because, everything, that's came from it has been awesome for sure.
What would you tell somebody who's struggling to try to figure out their path? Because, at the beginning of this, I know I've said it a couple of times now, but you didn't know where you wanted to go, but you kind of had some ideas. You were thinking about different things.
Right.
What do you tell somebody if you could give some advice to somebody who's trying to figure out their path and
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out which step to take or which idea to chase? Looking back, what did you figure out?
Honestly, I think just you just have to try. That's all it really is. Like we already talked about, like you can have so many ideas in your head, and without action, it's kind of like false hope. It's just like a dream in your head, but without actually doing it and at least giving it a try, like you just never know. So I think sometimes you gotta be able to just take an L sometime and just go back to the drawing boards. Take another L, go back to the drawing boards. Like you're gonna keep you gotta just keep trying. That's all it is.
And if you could go back and start this whole thing over, if you could go back to way before January, but when you had that idea and it finally clicked and you were like, oh, this is an opportunity, through that whole process, is there anything you would change? Is there anything that you wish you knew when you started that you know now that you wish you knew then?
Honestly, I wish I knew COVID would be a thing. If I knew that,
Of course, right?
but I don't know. I feel like even though COVID's a thing, and I definitely had my hardship and things like that. I don't think I would change anything because I feel like that kind of makes me the person I am today. Like you're gonna be obstacles in the road and bumps in the road, but at the same time, you gotta find a way to keep pushing. Like nothing's the thing about like what I've learned about entrepreneurship. Nothing is just straight to the top. It's you're going up, you're going down, you're staying down, and you're coming up a little bit. Like there's definitely ups and downs to it, but I definitely learned a lot. So I feel like I don't have too much to change right now.
Do you, just a personal question, I'm curious. Do you
Yeah.
have any patents or trademarks on like the concept of putting beach goods into a vending machine on the beach?
Currently, no, I do not. So I've been wanting to, but like I
I feel
said,
like it's such a good idea, man. Like I feel
yeah,
like I don't know, man. I think you're gonna crush it. Like once you actually find that right partnership and things start going well, it's such a good idea.
yeah. A lot of people told me I should definitely give some type of trademark behind it, but like I feel like until I at least get the first vending machine up, I don't want to go too far and get ahead of myself yet.
Yeah, man. Have you I don't know if you've ever gone through the patent process. And I've never gone through the full patent process, but I had a blockchain concept that I tried to get patented a couple years back.
Right.
And I was quoted from a patent attorney in California, close like between 25 and 50 grand, and it wasn't even guaranteed. And I was like, whoa, dude, like I'm like 19.
Right.
I'm just starting out. Like it's crazy how much it costs. So like, yeah, I can imagine that would be something that you'd want to at least prove the concept and get the business
Sure.
rolling before you start up. Cause it costs a ton of money to really like go that route and do all that
Right.
stuff.
Yes. Yes. Like I said, people been telling me all the time, but I know just from talking to you and things like that how expensive it can be. So
Mhm.
at first, at least I want to try to get the first vending machine up, and then to see how it does, and then from there I'll see. If I need to go that route, I'll definitely go that route.
Have you thought at all about, um, would you like investors on a project like this, or are you more focused on like growing it and keeping 100%?
Yeah. So a lot of people they've already asked me, once you get things rolling, can I invest in it? Can I have my own vending machine type of thing? I told him I said, yeah, like I'll definitely love to expand and things like that because obviously I can't manage you know 10 different vending machines in different places. So I'm definitely open to investors. Like I said, I feel like there has to be some type of relationship between me and the person. Like I don't want to just have anyone a part of my brand and my part of my business if I can't really relate to them and things like that. But Yeah, so I'm definitely interested for sure.
That's fascinating, man. Imagine your business partner in the future is listening to this podcast right now. I don't
Yeah,
know. It'd be cool.
yeah, no, that'd be crazy.
So, speaking of crazy, today, this week in the stock market, we have seen some of the gnarliest, some of the craziest market moves, market jumps, and manipulation.
Man,
Now, for anyone who is listening to this, today is Thursday, January 28th. Now, GameStop has absolutely exploded, absolutely plummeted, and absolutely exploded again.
yeah,
It's all over the place. Robinhood stopped traded buys on multiple stocks that were bouncing all over the place today from a major short squeeze.
yeah.
Initially, Jafar, what are your thoughts going through this? Because you and I talk about investing a lot. I invest, you invest, and it's something that we enjoy talking about. What's
Right.
going through your brain while you're watching everything that's going on right now?
So I've been investing for about, I'll say like 4 to 5 years now, and in my entire time, I've never seen anything like this. Like, it's I feel like this is like the people against, you know, Wall Street at this point.
The
But
suits.
yeah, the suits, it's literally the suits. But I don't know, man. This is just so bizarre. Like it's crazy. I've been on Twitter. You see me on Twitter. I've been on
Yep.
Reddit. Now I've been trying to pump these stocks myself just to try and help the fight. But I don't know. This is like I'm not sure how it's gonna end. I'm not sure what's gonna be like tomorrow. But I definitely think there's some manipulation behind it. I feel like what people are doing on Wall Street is obviously wrong to the common people like you and I. But it's just it's insane.
Yeah, man. What blows my mind the most, um, I think what I struggle with the most is the fact that Robinhood wouldn't let you purchase the
Right.
stock.
Yeah. That's
So
bad.
it's so bad. And the thing that really throws me off about it is they're trying to say, like, hey, we're protecting you. We're protecting you. The stock's too volatile and we are protecting you. When in reality, they're protecting their suits, friends, and their mutual fund buddies who are bleeding cash from this. So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about and is still hanging out with us, there was an opportunity recognized by somebody on Reddit in the Wall Street's Bets Reddit, where he realized that GameStop, the company, the stock, was extremely shorted. 140% of the float, which is the available supply of stock, meaning they had more shorted stock than what was actually available on the markets. So a short squeeze is where the price starts to go up and the person with the short, the puts or the shorts,
Yeah.
has to buy their stock back to stop the bleeding. When they buy the stock back, that increases the price again, leading for other people with shorts on the stock have to buy. So it makes a rapidly increasing, extremely steep increase in the price. Now, people realized that there were multiple stocks that had an opportunity like this in early 2019. GameStop didn't gain any traction until, I don't know the date specifically, but it felt like it was this year. It felt like it was like very, very recently.
Yeah.
And it has taken over the world. And it has now become not just a financial opportunity for investors to, get in and, get in on the stock that's going to be a short squeeze. No, this has turned into a full on the people versus the 1%, the people versus the Wall Street suits. And when a broker like Robinhood, whose whole mission is democratizing investing for the everyday man,
Yeah.
says they stopped buying, they wouldn't let you buy the stock because the price was going too high. Man,
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. I don't use the platform, but man, if I was a Robinhood customer, I would be furious.
Yeah, 100%. And it's
Wh-
like, you know, a lot of it's crazy because a lot of people who use, or at least a lot of people have been buying, GameStop, Nokia, AMC, Naked, like those meme stocks everybody's been buying. Those are the people who use Robinhood the most. There are a lot of
Mhm.
new users and things like that. And then just to see them wake up this morning and try to buy stocks, and they came and have the right to do that, it's crazy.
It's unbelievable, dude. And I'm a Charles Schwab user. I promote Charles Schwab pretty decently on my podcast. I
Yep.
like it a lot. But when I saw Robinhood disabled buys, I sold my call options
Right.
because Robinhood users are the people that are really
Yeah.
driving the volume on these stocks.
Yeah.
I mean, Robinhood is cranking so much daily volume
It's insane.
on these stocks that as soon as I saw the buys were prevented there, I was like, dude, this is bad. This is like the majority of the people who want to buy this stock can't now. I don't know. Did you make any of these trades? Did you get in on did you see any of the people talking about any of these stocks?
So
Believe it or not.
let me think. Yesterday, I was up. Yesterday the terrible market day for the market. I was up crazy because back in like September, Nokia came out saying that they're going to be working with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos on a 2022 project. I think like an outer space project or something like that.
Really? I didn't even see that. I just
Yeah,
thought it was for the meme.
yeah, it was something way back in like September. So I was like, what,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy like 1,500 shares just to for just a whole long term and things like that.
Yeah.
So obviously yesterday, Nokia blew up to like $9, like 90 something cent, and then I already had shares of AMC because I had obviously the idea once COVID's over, people start going back to the movies, things like that. So I just bought AMC at a low price. And I've been holding for a little bit, but that blew up yesterday, and then like I was having a great day, like everything
I
was
bet
good,
you were.
everything was good, and then today just a bloodbath.
Today was wild, man. And I don't know if you saw, but on some charts in the middle of the day, GME, GameStop,
Yep.
jumped from like 250 to like
Yeah.
$450 and then right back down to 250. The whole day I was watching all these stocks. Well, not all these stocks. I was watching AMC and GameStop.
Yep.
And man, it just feels so fishy. It
It
just
is
feels so manipulated and
so
fishy.
bad.
And I feel like, man, these mutual funds put themselves in this position. This feels like 2008. The
Yeah.
financial institution put themselves in these positions and is now like getting bailed out by the suits, the big, the
Yeah.
Robin Hoods, like forcing people to not buy and not drive up the price of a stock.
Exactly. And like thing is too, like these people, I think at this point it's more like a pride thing. Like, you know
Oh,
what, like
100%.
it's funny, but it's actually crazy because like these people, they're the suits are getting beat at their own game. You know, they go on TV, they talk bad about stocks just to drive them into the ground. And then once you get people like you and I who go on Reddit and start pumping up a stock, they're like, oh no, you can't do this. This is against regulation. This is against the rules. But they do it
Not
every day right in
even
front of us.
not even pumping it up. Just like somebody put out a huge analysis on
Right.
GameStop and was like,
Yep.
this is why it's a good purchase. That's not illegal. There's nothing illegal about that.
At all.
Okay. That's exactly the same thing as no, you know what? It's even better than somebody who's a mutual fund or a hedge fund manager going
Yep.
on CNBC, lying to the public, and then scooping up shares super low when they drop. Like these people have been manipulating the market forever.
Right.
And they just got, like you said, beat at their own game,
Yep.
literally beat at their own game, caught like out just with a
Literally,
terrible.
literally caught in plain sight, and then now they're trying to just say, "Oh, you guys can't do this, you guys can't do that," and it's like, what do you mean? It's a
It's
free market.
horrific.
It's crazy.
It's not a free market, dude.
Yeah,
What we saw
yeah.
today, what we saw today is disgusting. I mean, absolute bloodbath. If you think about how much money was lost today because of Robinhood.
Insane.
Insane. I bet I would say it's $10 billion was burned to the ground today. At least. And if you take in all of those stocks that people are trying to buy right now that they block, I bet it's way more.
Way more.
That is regular people's money that they could, it's crazy, man. They could sell, but like, that's not the same. You can't just block people from buying because that just drives the price down.
I've been on Reddit a couple of times and reading through the comments and things like that on Wall Street Bets. I saw someone say like, yeah, like just saying, how grateful he was for everyone that's been, buying GameStop and things like that. And he was saying like, this has been, the most money I've made in the past, like 5 years, like including his paychecks. Like this is even more in the paychecks. He said like this is the first time he was able to actually like get an actual good meal and be able to get something nice for his kids and things like that, because we came together as the common man was able to do something for one another. So it's just been a crazy week. I'm not sure what tomorrow's gonna be like, but hopefully it's good.
I wish I knew what tomorrow was gonna be like, dude. It's been insane, and stories like that they're amazing. The problem is, something that we all knew going into this, somebody's gonna get left holding the bag on this, right? Like there's no one is denying that, and that's the hedge fund's big argument and Robinhood's big argument to prevent people from buying is they're like, look, we're saving you. We don't want you to get caught holding the bag when this thing plummets.
Right.
But everyone knew that this stock was going to eventually go down. I mean, you shouldn't be forced to think or act a certain way. If you want to buy a stock at a crazy valuation, you should be able to buy a stock at a crazy valuation.
That's literally all on you.
Tesla currently is just as overvalued as, most of these stocks were today. And people are going to hate me for that, but that's fact. Tesla is extremely overvalued, but guess what? You can go crank Tesla stock on a Reddit forum and nobody's going to stop you
at all.
Okay. I think what we saw today I think we're going to see. Well, first of all, let me just say, you've been on Twitter all day.
Yep, all day.
This is the first time I've seen Republicans, Democrats, social media personalities, everybody agrees on this.
On one thing.
The whole country has just been united.
For sure.
In the 100%. Hate of this hedge fund. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen everyone united on one thing. I can't remember the last time.
I literally can't. I saw Portnoy. I saw
Portnoy's going AOC. Crazy.
That's something about him too. I can get behind. Like he I feel like he never really chooses a side. He always chooses, what's right from wrong. Mm-hmm. That's what I can get behind. Like he's always. I feel like whenever he says something, I feel like he's always straight up. He's always for the people type of thing. But it's been crazy to see. Him, AOC, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump Jr. Everybody just coming together on one common right.
I never thought I'd see the day where AOC and Ted Cruz agree on Twitter publicly.
That's insane. Did you see her tweet back to him?
Yeah, I did. You wanna? What was it?
It was something like, oh man, like 3 weeks ago you tried to have me murdered. But, this is something we can still agree on, or something crazy like that.
AOC's like, always shooting. I love it. But yeah, man, it's really united the country. I am blown away. I mean, I saw tons of class action lawsuits today filed against Robinhood.
Yep.
I saw an unbelievable amount of hate and an unbelievable amount of money leave this platform. So if I can just bring up something, and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Yep.
Robinhood has built this brand and this platform. People have loved it through all of its struggles, all of its outages, all of its controversy. It has been the people's champ. for years. I don't know when it was founded, but this app has been amazing for a lot of people, and a lot of wealth and a lot of good change has come from this app. People loved the Robinhood brand.
Yep.
It was just burned to the ground. Years worth of work, years worth of brand building was just burned to the ground in a matter of hours. I cannot imagine using Robinhood ever again. You will never catch me on that app. You're currently a Robinhood user, right? And do you see yourself shifting away, or are you not a Robinhood user?
Yeah, so I use Fidelity. The only time I ever use Robinhood is just to, I'll give them this. Like, they have a great, they have great graphs and things like that, and it's very
fantastic
easy for people to search stocks and be able to follow stocks. So instead of me logging to my account every day, I'll just go to Robinhood. I'll just follow the stocks I'm like currently trading. But besides that, that's all I use Robinhood for. I never put my money in Robinhood. I can't.
Dude, I can't imagine putting another dollar in there, knowing that, God forbid, there's another opportunity. They are on the other team. They are not on my team, and dude, I know that this whole thing, like, we all know this thing's rigged. Like, it's clear. These financial institutions are being bailed out and helped in every turn. And the normal Joe Schmo, retail Joe investor is being screwed at every opportunity. But you would think that the platform that was based on democratizing investing would stand up in this one day or 1 week, right? At most, of people actually giving it back to the hedge funds, and they didn't stand up. They
folded so fast. It was just embarrassing.
Did you see that they forced people out of their positions?
I saw that.
I don't know if that's real, but if that's real, that alone, I mean, this whole thing should be illegal.
I'm about to say, is that even illegal? Like, how can you even force someone out of a position?
Dude, I don't know, but all I know is it just shows you who's in control, and it's terrifying.
Yep. And especially, stock market will be a free market game. Like, anyone can win, anyone can lose. But literally, they're still restricting, like I said, you said, the Jim and Joe's on something so basic. It's crazy.
Did you see on CNBC when they announced that, what is it, Melvin Capital or Mervin? Melvin?
Yeah, Melvin Capital, I think.
They said on CNBC that they had covered all of their short positions. Now, for the listener, that means that they had bought back all the shares that they had shorted. They clearly had not. It was a complete lie. It was completely fake.
Yeah.
Reported as fact on CNBC. That, again, dude, we're seeing so much just wrong. Just so much, I'm disgusted. I'm truly disgusted.
Like, one thing, I was like, it got to a point where they're gonna lie to you, and now they're just straight cheating in our face. And then you bring the two together. It's like, what can you do?
They did bring the two together, didn't they?
Like, what can they do what can you do at this point? And it's like, tomorrow, Robinhood stated they're gonna let you buy these stocks again, but everything's limited. So you only buy a limited amount of shares of each stock, which is, how that even makes sense.
Dude, it should be criminal. I really think it's criminal. Now, GameStop is up 61% after hours right now. So it is cranking, and I bet it goes to the absolute moon tomorrow.
How much is it at right now?
After hours, it is up $118 on 193. So well over 300. I can't do that math in my head, though. I'm not going to lie. Let me pull up AMC stock. AMC pre-market. Bro.
Is it down?
No, it's going to the... Okay, never mind. That was... Sorry, dude. I was like, whoa.
I was about to say, I'm like, what?
It said pre-market like 200% on my phone. It was a mistake. I just refreshed. Pre-market's up 30%. which is
It's not
still,
bad though. You'll take that.
no, it's still all right. So get this, right? Let me tell you how my day went these past couple of days. I see all these stocks trending on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, anyone who listens to my podcast knows this. I am a long-term dividend investor. If you are new here, welcome. Go check out some of my other investing content, but I do not day trade at all.
Right.
Like at all. I'm very strict, but I saw these trading on trending on Twitter. I had a little bit extra money in my account, about $450. And I was like, screw it, man. I'm going to YOLO some money. Like I saw the people talking about the short squeeze and I looked at the numbers and I was like, this looks like really, really strong.
Right.
So I bought AMC calls. And in the first day, which was Tuesday, Tuesday, it went up like $100. It went like $450 to $550 on my $6.50 March 5th calls. Mm-hmm. I was like, cool, $100, dude. Like $100 in one day. Just, I did nothing. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
The next day I wake up to pre-market going berserk, right? My portfolio opens plus $4,000 on a $450 investment. And I'm like beside myself, dude, because I don't do this, right?
Right.
I just invest long-term. I'm very principled and I'm like stoked. So I'm sitting in the car trying to sell and the Schwab app platform, the whole platform crashes. Whole thing shuts down. I can't sell. And I'm watching my money go down and down and down and down and down. Never saw those numbers ever again. Okay. Never saw those numbers ever again. Middle of the day, everything comes back on and I at least recognized my original cost. So I sold one of my contracts, made a little bit of money and got my original cost back because I was like, I'm going to hold on to this. And if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. Right. But I saw, yeah, exactly. I got my money back. I could no longer lose, right? No matter what. But I ended up 700%. Those contracts ended up 700% up, almost $3,000 up. Those just two contracts.
That's crazy.
On the day. And I watched it. I was sitting in my computer at 3:55 and I was like, man, do I exit these positions? And I was like, nah, everything that's going on, these are going up for another day. These are going up, right?
Right.
Confident in my decision. Never in a million years did I think the market was going to be manipulated blatantly by everyone. Everyone was against me and everyone else in these positions today.
Literally just in broad daylight, not even like behind closed doors, not like
no, dude,
private meeting, literally like right in front of us. It's crazy.
I even tweeted, I was so confident. I tweeted, if AMC goes to $50, I'm giving away $500 because I was like, dude, this thing, I was like, one more day like this, it's going to the moon. It's just one more day. And everyone was on the same page. Everybody was on the same page. Literally, I've never seen people more united. The only time everybody was more united was when they shut us down and everyone on the internet just united on this hate, man. But I cannot believe the turn of events this week.
No, it's actually crazy. Like, even like last night, like I was tweeting stuff. I was like just 100% sure, like AMC, Nokia, GameStop, like I was like 100% sure all these stocks were gonna like take off. Like this is like the day. Mm-hmm. Like yesterday was good, but today I thought like this is like gonna be the max. And then they do that to us. It's just,
dude,
what can you even do at that point?
I woke up this morning and I checked pre-market and it was up like 3%. Okay. Yeah. It was green. I swear to God, I woke up and it was green. I get to work, get to the office, and it's like red, like 40%. I'm like, bro, no way. This is, dude, I don't know. I don't believe it for a second. And I'm not one to be skeptical. I'm not one of these like conspiracy theory, nothing like that. This is blatant manipulation by the rich to stop just the lower middle class. Like This is blatant in your face, and it's disgusting, and people are pissed.
And I wonder, like, how is it going to end? You know, because it's like even tomorrow, like, what's going to happen with Robinhood limiting their amount of shares you can buy? You got, the hedge funds, they're still going to do, whatever they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's really going to happen? I really don't know. Like, tomorrow can either go, great, or it can go just south again. So I don't know.
Did you see the news that before Robinhood halted trading, Melvin Capital doubled down on their short position?
No, I didn't know that.
So get this. It's not fact, but
Right.
I've seen this.
Be.
It could be, but for legal purposes, it's not fact. Okay. I have no idea if this is fact or not. But what was being reported was that Melvin doubled down, or whatever the firm name is. If I'm mispronouncing it, don't sue me.
Yeah.
They doubled down on their shorts right before they halted trading on Robinhood. What that means is they clearly had, let me again say, not fact, but if this is true, they clearly knew. Somebody made the call to the people at Robinhood and said, cut the cord, cut the shit, like cut it off. And they doubled down knowing it was going to plummet. Yep. That is clear market manipulation. That is illegal. There needs to be people in jail for that.
Literally in jail.
These are public securities. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
And, Robinhood, I'm like almost, just from like what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, and I've been following Dave Portner a lot. Like everything he's been saying, it seems pretty true. And at this point, I feel like Robinhood and the Citrons and the Melvin Capitalists, I really think they must be in on together. I'm not sure what's going on though. It's just not right.
Dude, we're living through history. That's for sure. If you enjoy investing and you enjoy the markets and all this sort of stuff, you're truly living through history. Like there will be legitimate change either for or against the American people because of this. And we will see it. And we just lived through the whole thing. And either way, it's been a hell of a fucking ride.
For sure. Like literally, like I said, I've been investing for 4 or 5 years now, and I've never seen the two crazy things I've seen so far was one, obviously this, and then two is when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Like when COVID hit, literally stocks were just tanking. Everything is tanking. Like my portfolio took a huge hit. Like I was kind of shook at the moment, but those two things have been just probably the two biggest things I've seen that's just been just absolutely insane.
I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but I've talked about my home and the fact that I bought a home, or me and my girlfriend bought a home in 2020. But it was because, and I made a lot of content between Twitter and this podcast and Instagram on how to invest when the stock market's actually crashing, right? Not like the bullshit we're seeing this week where it's individual stocks, but when, like what you were talking about, when the whole market was crashing, I had a lot of cash on the sidelines.
Yep.
And when it hit the bottoms, I was still buying, and I bought the whole way down and the whole way up. Yeah. And because of that, I was able, because I knew how to invest and I knew how these dips work, right? And I got lucky. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Like there is an element of luck into investing always 24/7. I was actually able to buy a home in 2020. So
it's straight from investing?
Dude, literally built a ton of like was able to, like, I don't want to say double my wealth, but I was able to make like a good percentage on my money to the point where I was like, all right, dude, that just like allowed me to buy a reasonable home and afford the closing costs like are insane. Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I need to make like a whole video on that. But just for anyone who's listening, take the time to watch what's going on, even if you're not investing, because what is true is that history always repeats itself, and we will see another market crash and we will see market manipulation from the suits in the future. And if you have a plan moving forward, this is the only point I was trying to make. I was not trying to just flex or whatnot. I've talked about it on this podcast before. if you know what you like, if you have a plan, and I had a plan, you can execute that plan and really crush it. So watch what's going on. Pay attention. Don't just be like, fuck it. Like it's, whatever. Watch these crazy historic stock market moments because you can learn. And I don't know about you, Jafar. I want you to tell me your opinion on this.
Yep.
I enjoy learning from these moments and watching this stuff. I mean, it's exciting. There's something about it that's like a I don't know, like a sports game, for lack of a better example. Like it's exciting. Like it gets me going.
For sure. Like I feel like it's definitely like you get like even like today, yesterday, I got like an adrenaline rush. Like yesterday, I made the most amount of money I've ever made in one day before. I was up like
Damn.
16,
Congrats.
grand. I appreciate it. I was up like 16 grand. Like when I started my account,
Damn.
portfolio account, like
let's go.
I was sweating.
Oh my God, dude. Let's go.
I was so excited, bro. Like I was literally sweating. I was like I'd never seen anything like it before. I'm like, this is insane. I had to take a shower. It was just crazy. Like, I was really sweating for my clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it just like it's crazy. Like anyone who's watching this, like I think, you see what's going on. Like Rob said, like this is gonna repeat itself. Like there's gonna be stocks that fly up. There's gonna be stocks that come all the way down. And I've been talking about Dave Portnoy a lot, and something that helped me was following him. So back in last February, that's back when Barstool and Penn, they kind of merged together. Said we're gonna be we're gonna like combine company pretty much. And back when that happened, the stock was at like $35. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy 10 shares just to see what happens. I'm gonna rock with Barstool and Portnoy and see what happens. When the market crashed because of COVID, that thing dipped to almost like $3. Like $3 like 20 cents or something like that. And that for me, that's when I said, you know what? Like fuck it, I'm gonna go all in. I just dumped, thousands of dollars in the pen. And you say, you know what? If it's already at the floor pretty much, like if anything happens, if it goes lower, I might lose, a couple $1,000. I'll be okay with that. But if it goes back up,
the upside's huge.
The sky's the limit. And right now it's trading at like, I don't know, like 105 or 106. So it's been good for me. So, I definitely made a lot of money doing that, but like it's been definitely, crazy.
Damn, dude, congrats.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year for sure, man. I've been so excited, man.
And it's January.
Exactly. It's only January, so.
Bro, I don't know. Oh man, I'm probably not gonna be able to find it, but I saw this crazy tweet and it blew my mind. Every Wednesday this year has been like nuts. I don't want to spend very much time looking for it. Just want to see if I can possibly find it quick. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it, but every Wednesday this year so far has been insane. It's crazy, like to think, like how long ago was it when the Capitol building of our country got broken into?
When was that? Like 3 weeks ago?
Dude, no. It was like very like 2 weeks ago.
Might have been like 2.5 weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago.
No, it was not long ago at all. And it's like that feels like old news. Like the whole world's moving so fast. Dude, it blows my mind, dude.
Like literally, like it's only January too. Like this
literally only January.
Already something crazy. Let me ask you something though.
Yeah.
Like you said, I know you're a crypto guy.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say I'm a crypto guy, but keep going.
I mean, obviously, like you know about it, things like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me ask you something about this.
Okay.
People said, GameStop, it drops, AMC drops, Note drops, whatever. Everybody gonna take their money and put it in Doge.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's up with that? Because I just checked my phone and someone just texted me. They said, "What do you know about Doge?" I said, "Literally, I don't know nothing about Doge."
Dude, it's through the moon.
Is it through the moon?
It's literally through. All you need to know is that it is a rocket ship to the moon. No, I'm joking. I own none of it. For the record, I don't own it. I don't plan on owning it. But it's a meme. So people love the meme and they are just cranking it. It doesn't fit in my investment portfolio. I have 5% of my net worth in crypto.
Yeah.
just to like possibly see some of the upside, but none of it's in Doge.
Right.
But literally, I think funny you say that. I think the founder of Doge lives in upstate New York. I could be wrong. But
Really?
I was somebody at the office yesterday was like, they were like, yo, funny you mentioned Doge because I brought it up. And they were like, I met the founder one time. He was at Wegmans and like he was just hanging out. And I was like, what are you talking? Yeah, I need to get more details before I speak on that story. But
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. It's a complete meme. It doesn't really actually play a role. But if it gets used as a payment processor for lots of things, and if Elon makes you pay for Teslas in Doge, like it could be a legitimate thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And every day that goes by, it's getting cranked, dude. Like
it is.
And you know what's fun about crypto that I wish was true about stocks?
What?
The 24-hour market is
oh my god,
so addictive. It's so addictive, dude. Bro, I don't know. I know some people don't like it, but man, I enjoy it.
So like for me, like
look at that. Sorry to interrupt. 378% in the last 24 hours.
That's crazy.
It's got a $4.76 billion market cap. This was made as a meme.
As a meme, exactly.
As a joke.
At this point, I might just throw money in there.
Look at that chart.
Just say fuck it. I'm gonna see what happens.
Dude, it literally, like, if you put money in this, you have to understand there's a very real chance you lose every penny.
That is true.
Every penny, 100%. But dude, who knows? Like, this shit's a game at this point. Like, it's all a meme. People love Doge. Every time I refresh this, the number's different. And you get 24-hour markets. So if you're a degen and you just want to send it on some Doge, go for it. Insane.
That's the thing too. Like, so like obviously, like, the stock market is open Monday through Friday, like 9:30 to 4. But well, soon the weekend hit, I'm all crypto. Like from like Saturday, Sunday, I'm just all crypto. I'm just studying it, just trying to find shit. But, like,
what are you buying? What are you buying in crypto? What's your favorite crypto?
Oh man, so I own probably like 40% of one Bitcoin, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And then I own what else I own? Chainlink.
Okay, why do you like that?
Honestly, I have no idea. So my brother.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but I would say my brother, he owns. Well, he used to own a lot of it, and back in May, it was at like $5.
Okay.
Like, you gotta buy Chainlink. I'm like, you know what? I know nothing about it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just buy some. I bought some. I made a ton of money this past summer off it. I went to like $20 in August, and since August it like plummeted to like $8 or something like that, and now it's back on the rise. So I ended up buying. I sold it at like $12 when it started coming down, and then I bought it back at like 10. So I think right now it's like 20, 22, 23.
Nice, dude.
So, yeah, so it's been good though.
Nice. Yeah, I think if you listen to some of my content on this podcast or you follow me on Instagram, I talk a lot of shit about crypto. It's not the popular opinion,
right?
But man, like, I don't know. I really think people got to realize, like, this shit is Bitcoin is only worth what somebody else is willing to pay you for it.
Right.
Ethereum has real value. Like, there's real value there in what it can actually do, like what that blockchain can do. Like, so I like Ethereum a lot more. As I say that, actually my Bitcoin investment is bigger than my Ethereum investment, but it's a very small amount in my portfolio. So it's, I'm not stressing it. I just have it there as exposure and diversification. But man, crypto is a whole different world, man.
I was gonna say that. Whole different world.
the 24-hour markets though, if the stock market went to a 24-hour like cycle, just 24 hours, like 7 days a week, dude, things would go crazy. It
People
would
actually lose
be,
their minds.
yeah, no, like you're 100% right. Like legitimately.
Especially like now, like you got people from Reddit and things like that. I don't think people would sleep. People would be up all night, just literally just pumping stock, literally all night, literally all night.
I can't even imagine, but man, would it be fun? It would be fun, but no, like there's a genuine fear there that like people would actually lose their minds, like
Yeah,
not be able to control themselves.
seriously, yeah.
But anyway, brother, I appreciate you sitting down and taking this call and just hanging out with us, talking about your story, talking about Beach and Go. Fascinating story. And dude, let me tell you, I'm super excited to see like you launch and continue to just, dude, you're gonna have that Doge trajectory. This is gonna be you.
So yeah, this year we have I have a bunch of stuff planned for new draft and things like that, which me and you already talked about. But I said anyone watching, make sure you check out my website, beachandgo.com. Spell right out beachandgo.com. You can find some merch there, and you can also read about why I started it, things like that on the website as well. So
Can you plug your socials for anyone that wants to find you?
oh yeah, so Instagram is Jafar Kinsey, my first and last name. Um, Twitter, same thing, Jafar Kinsey, and then that's it. I don't use Facebook, so that's all.
All right, hold on 1 second. I think I got a question sent in. All right, dude. Got a question
All right.
from my beautiful girlfriend, Alexandra, who is a big fan of your brand. She knew I was interviewing you and she sent me a question. She says,
Okay.
how do you create such a fluidity within your brand during a global pandemic? Now, I'll let you answer that, but I think what she means is like you have such a wide variety of products, you're changing it up, you're finding you're just flowing with it, you
Right.
know? And Lexi, let me say, if you're listening to this and I just butchered your own question, I apologize. But what do you think, brother?
So, I was talking to my friend about this today. Um, like my brand is, like I said, it's about the beach, so it's more specified towards beach gear. But like I said, like you know, my biggest thing is I want to create swimsuits. I want to create the
Mhm.
buzz around swimsuits and the buzz around being on the beach and things like that. But obviously, being from upstate New York, it's hard to sell swimsuits and beach gear all year round because I'm not in the market for it. Like if I were like in a Florida or a California, things like that, I could sell tons of swimsuits all year round and it'd be fine. But just being able to be flexible and give people what they want. So like as I was selling swim gear and things like that, people were asking are you gonna sell hoodies? Are you gonna sell long sleeves, t-shirts, things like that? So I'm just gonna do what any man would do. Give people what they want. So I
I
started off
like
with
it.
the hoodies and the crew necks, and now currently got the long sleeve that I'll be launching in a few days, and then also I do a windbreaker type of jacket type of thing. But yeah, I just I try to listen to my customers and try to give them what they've been asking for.
I love it, brother. Thank you so much for coming on the pod. Any last words? Anything we missed? Anything you want to say before we sign off?
Um, I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like if you are watching this and you have an idea or you have a business that you want to start, you know, you'll never know what that thing might be, how big it might get if you don't try. So my advice is to anyone watching this, just give it a chance. You never know what might happen.
What a gem. I love it. Brother, thank you so much. Jafar Kinsey on Free Coffee. My name's Rob Riley. Calvin McChesney is behind the edits. Jafar, thank you so much for coming on, brother.
Yes,
Until
sir.
next
Appreciate it, bro.
time, peace.